Hey guys. So before I start talking a lot, I want to invite you, if you're watching now or later, to just go within, connect to your heart, get grounded, take a couple deep breaths. Okay. And come out of your head and simply connect with the vibration of what I'm about to say. I go unscripted. I channel information and I share bits of divine information that have been channeling through me recently for the present time. That is how I work. I am Astra. I work with the spiritual leaders of the new earth, supporting you in stepping into your power, embracing your gifts, and courageously sharing your truths with your tribes, while consciously saying yes to receiving your abundance and saying yes to being in and living your soulful success. So, a little back history. Up until the end of 2011, I worked primarily on an in-person basis with clients, either in one-on-one or in group settings, whether it was healing classes or healing circles, or shamanic apprenticeships, and eventually I had a business partnership where we would work 2-on-1 with our clients. So that was pretty magical because our individual clients got double healing support and transformation support. And then I was guided towards the end of 2011, right? Right. Okay. Just always have to check in with my years there. But yeah, it was the end of 2011. I was guided to take my business entirely online. By the way, I'm not wearing my reading glasses, so if I see people pop up, I want to say, hi, people. I don't know who you are because I can't read your names, but I can see you pop up. And thank you for being here. So 2011, I'm guided actually to take and I decided to say yes to the guidance, I guess. So I did decide to take my business entirely online. And by that time, I realized I was really being guided towards working with basically people like me, what I called at that time spiritual entrepreneurs. So that would mean healers, shamans like me, coaches, spiritual teachers, spiritual artists, spiritual writers, who are here to share their message in this lifetime, their divinely channeled messages out into the world with their true tribes. Because each of us has a specific tribe. Those of us who are messengers, and who have always known that we are here to share something uniquely ours and very specific, whether it's one message or 3, or 10, but it's always like connected with our soul purpose and our life purpose and why we came here in this lifetime and what we're meant to share with our peeps, right? And so these are my peeps, the people that I'm divinely appointed, let's say, to support and work with on Earth in this lifetime. Now, my tribe, I will also say, another unique quality is that each of us has experienced usually several lifetimes as a messenger or a healer or a witch or a spiritual teacher. And in all lifetimes, but this one, generally speaking, we were shunned, banished, killed, punished, tortured, thrown in the dungeon, banished to the forest, away from human contact. And that's another very unique quality of the people that I'm divinely appointed to support in this lifetime, at the present time. And so it's a very unique, it's a little bit of a specific brand of people and way of being and way of experiencing being in business, especially. Because, anyone who goes into business for themselves is always going to have, some fear, excitement for sure, maybe a little bit of bouts of self-doubt and not and feeling unsure, like, am I going to succeed? Is it going to go south? Is it, is it going to be on again, off again? And that's just normal for anyone that goes into business. Now, for my tribe, the messenger people, who I now call the spiritual leaders of the new earth, we have an added element of paralyzing fear, because in all of our other lifetimes, we were punished or killed for coming out as who we truly were, as a spiritual teacher, as a witch, as a healer, as a shaman, as a warlock, here to connect with Earth and bring Earth's healing properties into the village or the tribe, and or share our divinely channeled spiritual teachings from God, from the angels, what have you. The people in those lifetimes that were not doing what we were doing, it's not that they feared us, but it's they feared their own power. Because in actuality, they did have the power to do what we were doing, but they were stuffing it down. And so that's why we were spiritual leaders, because we were leading and they were stuffing it down. So in this lifetime, I feel like me and my tribe, our biggest quandary that we've been getting over for the last several years is, even as we start our businesses, even as we are sharing our messages, we're still releasing this. And I get so much in the heart and throat region right now. We've been stuffing it down, even to the extent that we didn't even know we were still in fear, even to the extent that we didn't even know we were still holding ourselves back to a certain degree. And so especially for those of us who've taken our businesses online, take all of that stuffed down fear, right, and couple that with all of the multitudes of online business programs. And here's how you run a business online. And here are the rules for doing this part of your business online. And here's what to do, A, B, C, D, fill in the blank. And all of this information that we think, oh, we have to learn these things and do it that way. And, and it was even those teachings, while I'm not saying any of the techniques or systems are bad, a lot of it has felt really fear-based, because the teaching is, if you don't do it my way with the system that I created, you will struggle forever. And these really negative ways of marketing that, in my experience and truly what I've experienced, has kept us in fear mode. So as much as we keep on keeping on with our business and sort of, in the hamster wheel, like going, okay, and trying it again, all with this mentality of, I have to do it this way or I'll fail. That's what I'm taking in from the teachings I'm receiving from, other earthly teachings that I'm receiving, coupled with the fear of being killed for being a messenger. And that's kind of a little recipe for, disaster or on and off disaster. And, and then stuck wondering, well, why, I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything the teachers say to do. I'm doing, I'm following all the rules and regulations of the system or of this program or of this, list that I'm supposed to check all the boxes. And yet and still my business is sort of this roller coaster thing where it's like, yay, whoa, yay, boo, yay, and it's just, I want to wipe the slate clean. That is why part of the title of this Facebook Live is Unmarketing. And for obvious reasons, I want to wipe the slate clean, but also because literally for the past several years, I kept receiving, and I know some of my colleagues, some of my friends on Facebook, we've discussed this, they've been getting the same message, is that I've been receiving these inklings for the past several years of a new way of, not of doing business, but of being in business. And even as I would, receive kind of tidbits, little messages along the way, and say I was like working with a certain business teacher at the time, or in a program, and I would, have a question about something, and then they would answer, and I would say, well, I'm a channel and a messenger and a shaman, and I've received these messages about this new way of being in business that's coming in, and that a lot of the old strategies per se, marketing techniques and that kind of thing are no longer necessarily going to apply in the same way, and a couple different times I received the same answer from different teachers, like, well, I suppose that could be, a possibility, but right now these old techniques are still working. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help me at all. And it's no offense to them, because they probably simply weren't receiving the same messages as me. So they couldn't support me on that because they just simply didn't have the information. And that's totally understandable. Everyone is receiving different wisdom at different times. And also everyone isn't always here to teach the same types of things. I know I'm here to teach this type of thing. And so that's why I've been receiving the messages, and why instead of relying on someone else and asking questions of them, I'm starting to realize, like, I just need to fully embrace my position as a pioneer of the new way of being in business, as it's being channeled through me, as it's being shown to me, as it's being divinely taught to me, so I will divinely teach it to my tribe. And so part of this message is, it's not that, okay, well, scratch that, actually. I was going to say it's not that the old marketing techniques won't work for us, but in a way they won't, unless we extract the fear-based mentality or the fear factor out of them. The the stating that if it's my way or the highway, or if you don't follow these rules, you'll fail, or you'll fall off the face of the earth. Because literally I've gotten certain marketing messages from certain people who are teaching out there, that basically said that, like, if you're not going to jump aboard and follow these, teachings that we have for you, you'll struggle forever and forever remain in the darkness, or something really similar to that. And I thought, ew, what the hell? Like, who says that to people? That is just so bizarre. Like, so that's, first of all, no. Second of all, it's a good thing that I actually saw and was on the receiving end of that marketing message, because it reinforced to me, like, well, no, the truth is that each of us creates our own reality and situation and experience, and we don't have to follow the rules you're teaching in whatever that program or course or class is. We can take different types of marketing systems or techniques, and if they feel good to us, we can use them. And guess what? They will work for us, but only if our own energy and vibration is, basically that of being in our own personal power and standing in our truth and owning our ability to create that which we truly desire on earth. It honestly has nothing to do with which marketing tools or techniques you choose to use. Just choose whatever feels good for you. It's not about that or which you choose or what you do, but it's how you be, right? I mean, literally. I remember a really amazing program that I created several years ago. And I had learned all these different things about launching your programs, and I, and getting into alignment with, your worth and how much you should charge, yuck, but should, and for your whatever program. And I got all of the, literally, like, I had everything down on paper, like, perfectly. I had an entire, this big group of affiliate marketers on board with helping me with my launch. I had the calendar of when each tweet should go out on Twitter and when each email should go out, and blah, 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 blah. And everything was perfectly in place. And we went through, me and my whole group of affiliate marketers and supporters, and excuse me, we launched the heck out of this amazing, beautiful program, and no one signed up for it. Even though technically and logically, I know that if people work with me, I'm going to support the crap out of them, and they're going to, expand and expand into their power and into their truth, and they're going to create their own success. I know this to be true. I know this will happen. Why did that launch not render any clientele for me? It's because my energy was sucky. Sucky, whatever. I don't mean to be judgmental. Really, I'm saying that as more of a way to say that my visibility vibration was not in alignment with with everything else I prepared about that launch. I was not saying a conscious yes to my own visibility. And it wasn't because I wasn't confident in my own ability to actually help my clients, because I had been helping my clients for years. It was because of that fear. It was my fear. It was my soul-based fear of being punished for spreading my message far and wide. Because again, that's what happened in all my other lifetimes as a spiritual leader, teacher, healer, shaman, witch. And, I didn't fully I knew that at the time too, and I wasn't even, the weird thing is that I wasn't even upset when no one signed up. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just try something different. And, and I didn't sort of scrutinize it and look into it and go into it with a fine-tooth comb, so they say. But now looking back, my little dog just came in the room. It's okay, bud, you can come in. Okay, or not. I hear her walking back and forth. Come here, bud. Come here. Her nails are like clicking on you can probably hear her kind of tap dancing. Okay, she's getting water. So unscripted. So going back, and this is what's great is, like, I can be the hawk and rise above and look back through the history of my entire business history, and what worked and what didn't work, and I remember what I was going through at the time and how I was feeling at the time, and there were certain times that I was in horrifying fear of being seen. Oh man, I want to get her on my lap. That's why I keep trying to bend down. Come here, buddy. Come here, Mom. Okay, never mind. She's going to do what she does. So horrifying fear. Yeah. So I remember also, I put myself through, I used to, and I don't remember what year this was at all, but I had a fear of going on camera. I will get her in my lap. I will. This is Starla. She doesn't have a fear of visibility. So yeah, I used to have this fear of being on camera. This is back when, visibility meant, you had to have YouTube channels and stuff. And I did, eventually, after I got over the fact that, well, my hair's growing out and it's in an awkward stage and, this, that, and the other thing. And so instead of living in fear, I decided to put myself through my own video visibility challenge. And again, this was years ago. It's on one of my YouTube channels. And it was, I think, it was a 7-day challenge, I think. And what ended up happening, and this was fascinating to me and amazing, and as I got ready to start creating my videos, I started getting these skin eruptions, and it wasn't acne or pimples, and it wasn't really anything. It wasn't hives. It looked like reptilian scales. And at the time, I was very close with my lizard at that time, who was still alive and quite thriving, Silver. And I thought, I think I'm having this like connection with my lizard, and we're having these like scale things happening. and it was all around my mouth, and especially under and to the side. And I got some on like my arms and legs, but it was like these like kind of dark red scales, like literally geometric shape. It was so interesting. And it was all around my mouth. And I thought, my goodness, like talk about, visibility fear and a fear around speaking my truth. And I kept doing it. I kept filming anyway. I said, see, this is what's happening because I'm processing my fear of visibility. And I put myself through the whole challenge. And since then, I've never really had, like there's a moment when right before I'm about to get on video and record, like I still do feel a little nervous, and, but I just sit for a few minutes and I just do some deep breathing, and it's like I just relax and I just do it, and no more lizard scales. Like that's good. So it's just amazing. The fear of visibility is, and again, this is why I say from now on I'm going to do unmarketing, because the old earth way of marketing was just, I have enough fear going on that I don't need extra fear-based stuff. And I certainly don't want to put my tribe in the path of me trying to scare them into working with me, because that's what it feels like so many different marketers are kind of doing. And even if they're not doing that, even if they totally have good intentions, some of the ways in which they're running like free challenges and things like that, it's not so much fear-based, but it's sort of like, I joined a couple recently that I felt like I like this teacher. I like their energy. I feel like I could learn, some tools and tips and for different types of online marketing, and it must be a new some sort of new, not phase. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. But it's like they would run the challenge and teach these free classes and teach the free classes, daily or a few times a week or whatever. And I'm the kind of person who I need everything to be really easygoing. I do get through all class material. I need to do it on my own time. Sometimes I'm there for the live and in-person stuff. most often, because I'm a night owl and a day sleeper, I'll get to the replays. I will, take my time and go through on my own time, and maybe I'll be 3 or 4 days behind, the rest of the people or whatever. But that's the way I am, and I decree that I will not change unless someday comes during which change feels good to me. But I'm not going to change for someone else because they're doing it a certain way. So with both of these recent challenges, they would get to the end of the challenge and be like, okay, the classes will be up, for, 12 more hours, and then they'll all be gone. And I'll be like, well, I didn't get anything out of it because the way that I work is that I need time, and they just took everything away. And so and then they're like, do you want to join my paid thing? And I'm like, well, no, because I didn't even finish the unpaid thing. And truth be told, the real reason I didn't want to join their paid thing is simply because I knew that I was still deep in my inner peace journey and starting to let everything go and process through all the old earth business stuff so that I could just be my new unmarketing way of being in biz in the new earth. Okay. Doggy down. Okay. Doggy up. Okay. So yeah, and I offer some unpaid, free challenges sometimes, and in my free Facebook group, I have a bunch posted in the files section for anyone who comes, and I'll keep them up forever, and they can go through it on their own time, and if they love my energy and love what I'm about and what I'm doing and the ways in which I can support you energetically, vibrationally, and on a soul level, then that my online membership group is a wonderful space for you to be, because it's not. I am the business teacher within that group. I've recently brought on 3 other teachers, and simply because we the spiritual leaders of the new earth are multidimensional, multi-talented, multi-gifted, and we need multidimensional support. So business success for the messengers of earth, it's not about what's the new technique and how do you market and learn how to sell. It's we need to be supported fully vibrationally on all levels of our being, multidimensionally. And so my membership group offers not only vibrational empowered business success support, but also the 3 new teachers teach empowered money, empowered self-love, and empowered whole health. So we have vibrational support, sort of the 4 pillars of vibrational support coming in at you and wrapping around you in a beautiful warm hug. And so you can come in to the group, you can ask your questions, you can rest, recharge, let go of the old, shift your vibration. The group is really multidimensional. It has also 2 or 3 years worth of master classes that I've created of empowerment sound healings that are vibrational medicine for your energy field and to raise your vibe. It has access to my Map to Money treasure chest, which holds pretty much every money program, class, masterclass, ebook, sound healing, everything I've ever created for money, abundance, and prosperity support. Everyone who's a member of my membership, which is called the Wealth Evolution Academy, has also access not only to all the master classes within the academy, but also to all things money, abundance, and prosperity related that I've created over the last several years. So it's crazy. It's like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff that you have access to every month. And, I know that my tribe, when you join this beautiful, beautiful space, the Academy, the Wealth Evolution Academy, you will feel 100% supported. It's not like any, straightforward business program. I personally have taken some really great business classes with teachers over the years. And some of them were even, not just marketing, but also mindset, because, a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs know that you're not going to just market and be successful if your mindset sucks. So, I've had a teacher that teaches that, and even, to get in the right vibration. I've had other teachers that teach with different types of energy techniques, that help you to get through, process through blocks and release all types of blocks. But there was like, even in those programs, which were great, and the teachers that I loved so much, it was still like, I'm getting that one type of support. But me, I'm Astra. I need bazillions of molecules of support coming at my being at all times. I'm there's so much going on with everything that I've talked about, that I need what I created. That's what I need. And so that's why I created it, because I know that my tribe needs what I've created. So that being said, I'm going to just hold up a little thingy that I wrote out here. I don't know if, stay in my lap, Starla. Hold on. I'll get to you in a second. I know she needs to go out. But so if you go to Create Your Universe, Y-O-U, universe, createyouruniverse.com/wealth evolution. You can read about the membership and read about all the teachers, me and the new teachers that I have in there, and everything we offer on a monthly basis. And if you join for the annual membership, there's a monetary savings, so that's always good. So that's my take right now on, and I know more messages will come through about the new way of being in the new earth business state, space, and unmarketing. I'm letting go of all of that. I'm still subscribed to like so many bazillions of people, and I'll open an email here and there, and I'll get some good messages. But right now, it's like clearing the slate, and just relaxing and not worrying. And if there's any fear that crops up, to allow it to process through and to simply be as this all unfolds. Thank you to whoever joined me. I will say again, without my reading glasses, I can see that people are popping up, but I can't necessarily see who you are. But thank you for being here with me. Okay, guys. And from my spiritual leader, messenger soul to yours, I hope that some of the things I taught today have been supportive, and that you are that you know that you're not alone, that any fear that crops up, please believe that I have also felt it, and that I dedicate my vibrational support and my energy work and my weekly energy healings to supporting you and us all as we journey through letting go of the fear, coming into our full power, embracing our whole true selves, and then sharing our messages out into the world with our true tribes. Thanks, guys. Love you.